Hello, welcome to this episode of Hypnotist Bernie's Exposition. Joining us today is Morgana. How are you doing?
Good, how are you, Bernie?
Very good, very good. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Maine originally. I've lived in Boston for about 3 years.
Which part of Maine are you from?
I'm from Portland.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, right near the ocean. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous up there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What brought you to Boston?
Well, I've always lived in small towns my whole life. I've lived in Savannah, Georgia, and Portland, Maine, but I've always wanted to live somewhere where there was a little bit more culturally going on, something that I could really throw myself into and really explore my talents. So Boston's the place that I chose.
So do you go to college in Boston?
No, actually, I graduated a while ago. Okay. I'm a professional model and an artist.
Okay. What did you study in college?
Actually, architectural history and fashion.
Wow. Oh wow, that's great.
Strange combination, but two of my...
it's very... They're related, I can tell. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Buildings are a very fashionable thing. You know?
It's true. There's definite beauty in both of them, in construction and form.
That's great. So what do you do in Boston these days?
Well, I'm a professional model. Okay. I sing in a band.
Oh wow!
And
what kind of music?
Rock and roll.
Oh wow, that's great! I can really picture you doing that.
Thank you.
What kind of songs do you perform? Do you write your own songs?
We do, yes.
Oh wow.
We actually don't do any covers.
Okay.
So it's kind of a point of pride for us.
Oh wow! When's your next performance?
October 8th at TT the Bears.
Okay, 2003, right? So the time stamp.
Yes.
2003. Oh, 2013. Sorry.
A decade. That's okay.
A decade. Yeah, 2013. Yeah. So where would you be performing?
At TT the Bears place.
Okay.
It's right in Central Square. Oh, yeah. Right around the corner, actually.
That's right. So if you're watching this and you have next Tuesday.
October 8th.
October 8th. Okay. And come on by and watch her perform.
Yeah, my band's called The Milligrams.
And so what kind of modeling do you do?
I do a lot of hair and beauty modeling. I also do runway. Being almost 6 feet tall kind of gives me an advantage in that respect. So I've been doing it for about a year, and I really love it. It's a lot of fun. I get to travel and meet really interesting people. So it's...
Tell us about runway modeling. That's like a... culture icon kind of profession.
Well, I don't know about icon, but it definitely is very different. It's almost like acting, because you have to, be this incredible glamorous person that, nobody really is like that in real life unless you're, Greta Garbo or something, but I'm not Greta Garbo, so, but it's, it's interesting because you have to, at the same time, impose an attitude and really be what's considered ideal. Not saying that I am, but that's the idea of it. But at the same time...
That's what you need to portray.
Exactly. Right. It's not about you. It's about the clothing.
It's about the clothing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What kind of clothes... What kind of clothes did they make you wear?
I've done a lot of...
What's the craziest clothes you have to wear?
The craziest thing was this leather... corset dress, and I had 8-inch heels on with spikes all over them with a mask. Yeah, and I couldn't see anything.
Oh, really?
So I had to count in my mind the steps that I had to take to the end of the runway in hopes that I wouldn't fall off.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see where you're going.
Have you seen people falling off?
Yes, I have, and my heart goes out to them, but it's a professional hazard, if you will.
Really? Well, so and how much time do you get to change? I've been told that it's like
about 20 seconds, but you have people changing you.
Okay. So what do you do? So you just go and you put your hand up?
Listen to instructions.
Just like a race car driver.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, a lot of people have asked me what casting calls are like, and I always say, that nightmare where you go to a job interview in your underwear, that's what a casting call is like. So,
how do you get jobs in your profession?
Well, I work with several agencies. I also use online venues. A lot of it is networking,
That's great.
A lot of it is really networking who you know, which, is not what everyone wants to hear, but unfortunately that's the way that you have to be out and about. Your face has to be seen. But it's very competitive out there. So, yeah, you have to be on.
It's easier when you look this good,
Oh, well, thanks.
So what kind of advice would you give people who are trying to break into this profession?
Runway
model, actually.
To do runway modeling. Well, you have to be tall. Watch fashion shows, as silly as it seems, and just as...
What kind of things should you watch for?
The strut.
What is that?
The way that you walk, the way that you carry yourself. I mean, carriage is so important. I mean, you really have to be very aware.
Like how do you see your structure? Or...
Well, you mean how do you...
Yeah, how do you walk? Like,
okay.
Is there a way of describing
Absolutely. Hips forward, shoulders back, spine straight. I would actually, some advice that I would give would be to take ballet because they hammer that posture into you.
Oh, really? Have you done that?
Yes. I was actually, when I was 6, my parents put me into ballet, but I got kicked out because my legs were too long, so I was kicking the girls in front of me, so they put me in jazz tap.
Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah,
it is
fun.
good.
Yeah.
But it did help with posture, so.
That's great. So how do you describe the walking motion?
It's very powerful. The feet have to cross over one another to give your hips a swing. So it is sexual, yes. You know, you have to be sexy on stage, but you also have to be powerful and confident.
Okay.
You cannot get distracted by people.
Is there like a spot you stare at as you walk?
End of the stage.
Okay.
Absolutely. You can't get distracted by all the photographers and the flash bulbs at the end of the runway.
Did you ever get blinded? I really like shot flash.
I mean, a lot of runway shows, it's very dark and all you can see are the white lights flashing. Okay. So you get off the stage and you're kind of, blink a little bit.
Get like passed out because of the flashes?
No, but some people have walked off the end of the stage before. Absolutely. And I don't mean to laugh at it, but it's pretty funny. I'm sure I'll have my day when I fall, but until then.
But those are good bloopers.
Yes, it's very true. They make for good stories.
This is great. So what would you like to work on tonight with hypnosis?
So I have had problems with self-confidence. It doesn't seem like it, but you know that phrase, you fake it until you make it?
Okay.
I mean, there is...
But you can't fake being 6 feet tall.
Well, I mean, it's not about the height. It's just, there have been job opportunities that I haven't gone out for because I have thought that I would fail.
Okay.
It just stems from in high school always being the odd one out and always kind of being the verbal punching bag, if you will, with people that I didn't know and my friends too. And everyone says you get over those slight injuries that you receive in high school, but sometimes, like in my case, you don't. They stick with you and they haunt you a little bit. And it definitely has taken a toll on how I perceive myself. Not how I showcase myself to other people, because I definitely have created a persona, especially in my work, that I put on. But inside, it's a different story. And I would love to be able to get past that.
When was the last time it was a problem for you?
I would say there was actually a runway show here in Boston. I won't say any designer name or anything, but I basically was handpicked for the job, and there are 3 tiers of casting, and I had made it through the first 2.
Okay.
And this was when I was starting out, and I still wasn't sure of myself. I mean, still not, but I still, will force myself to go to a casting now, but they invited me to try out one last time, and I didn't go. And every other girl from that show got signed by major agencies. And the designer personally wrote me an email saying, I wish you would come to this. You would have been incredible. I've seen your walk. I've seen your look. Why didn't you? And I didn't have an answer for her because I couldn't.
How long ago was this?
This is about 2 months ago.
Okay.
So, and I couldn't just say to her, I didn't think I would get it because, most people don't understand that, but it is something that I struggle with.
So, describe the period between when you got the invitation and when you decided not to proceed. So, the initial invitation, there is an elation that you feel, and you're so excited about it. But then, at the back of the mind, this little voice comes in and says, why are you excited? You won't get it. There are too many people who are better at it than you. You shouldn't even try because you won't succeed. And then I try to battle it and say, no, I gotta at least try. Because if I don't, then, what's the point of even doing any of this? And then the voice comes back and says, well, you won't get this. But you have been to a good amount of fashion shows. I have, and that's the thing, is that no matter... How is this one different from the... I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really understand why... I have had so much experience in this, but still sometimes that little voice will come in,
to give it a persona, if you will. And
so, at which point did you decide not to do it? That particular.
About a week beforehand, I wrote an email just saying I can't.
And you just declined that. Mm-hmm. And ideally, how would you like it to have happened?
I would have liked to consider the opportunity. I would have liked to say, I can do this. Let's take a risk. Let's, for better or for worse, even if I fail, it's not the end of the world.
So what would happen if you fail? What was going through your mind?
That's the thing, is that
It doesn't sound like they have a lot to lose, right?
No.
You just have to go there.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation. Even if you don't get it, you still have experience at casting calls. But I really don't know why I have that issue of self-confidence.
So did you decide as you write your email, or did you decide before you write the email?
It was an interior monologue, or dialogue, I suppose, back and forth, just saying, you can't do this, and then, oh, you can, you can't, you can. And then finally the can't won, and I...
What were you doing as you have this dialogue in your head?
I was sitting there at my computer, ready to write the response saying, yes, I will be there. But as I started writing it, I thought, I can't do this.
How does your body feel?
I usually sit very straight up, and I notice that I start to slump, and I start to lean over, and just my very posture shows defeat.
Okay, but how do you feel?
I feel terrible.
What does that entail?
I feel like I can't even take a risk. I feel like I.
But how does your body feel? Except for the slumping part. Like does the stomach or
shortness of breath. Absolutely. Almost a tunnel vision in a way. I just get so focused on one point, and can't really breathe. My heart starts racing.
Have you been working out this week?
I go to the gym every day.
Okay. But when all this is coming down, you were just sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay. So ideally, if everything works out perfectly, how would it be different? So when's the next time that you project that's gonna be a similar situation? Well, so we can say that if the next time you went through with this,
mm-hmm.
then today's a success, right?
I'm sorry?
That what we do today is a success.
Yes, that would be...
And then we take it one day at a time. Right?
Yes, exactly.
So first of all, when's the next time you're going to get a similar kind of opportunity?
Well, about every 2 months there's a runway or photo shoot opportunity that's a big deal. That's like a big possibility for success for me.
And ideally, how would you like it to be different from the last time?
I would like to get the email or the phone call that says, you've made it this far, so we just need for you to come in for one last tryout. And I'd like to read that email and say, absolutely, I can do that.
Okay.
I believe in myself that I can do that. And even if I don't get it, it still is a learning experience. And it's worth...
How would your body be feeling different?
I would be sitting straight up. I would be relaxed and calm, feeling triumphant. Confident, really.
What else do you feel when you get that email, the invitation? Well, so what I'm hearing is that there are free areas of basic psychology. This is Psychology 101, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like behavior, cognition, and emotions.
Mm-hmm. And
my theory is that sometimes people are too focused on using one end of the triangle. So it's kind of like driving a car, but only one wheel is kind of spinning.
That makes sense.
So at some point, you may need to do that to get out of one or two difficult situations. Let's say you get stuck in the snow or something, then you have to put all the power in one wheel to get out there. Mm-hmm. But sometimes the problem is when you do that, you're just going in circle, right?
True.
So it sounded like this is one of the things that you have unaware that you're doing, and you do not allow yourself to feel kind of, the emotions at the moment, mm-hmm. good or bad. So I'm guessing, so we don't have time to actually go into this. So at some point in the past, you may have something that is emotionally draining, and you decided to talk your way out of it, and it kind of works, right?
Yeah.
So that became a habit.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time it worked, but in the long run, it just goes in circle, right? So and then the next time you have a similar situation when you get the same kind of feeling,
mm-hmm.
you deploy the same kind of cognitive strategy. Except this time it doesn't work. but you also doesn't know how to do otherwise, right? So how would you like to feel differently? So this exercise is to help you imagine, to embrace that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It could be slightly uncomfortable, but it is a human emotion.
True. I guess I would like to be able to believe in myself when I receive that email, that phone call. That excitement that I initially get won't go away, and just delve into this self-doubt. I will be able to feel confident that I can get that job, or that I could go to the tryout, and that even if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world. And it won't deter me from even trying.
You're still thinking too much. How would you like to feel differently? Take a deep breath in. You got that email in front of you. How do you feel right now?
Calm and happy.
How did you feel the last time?
I guess a little too excitable. Just my brain firing off all these different things at once. I'd like to be able to receive that email with...
Did you block it off?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe that was the start of the snowball running downhill. So it's normal to feel excited.
Mm-hmm.
When you say calm and relaxed, that's not natural, right?
That's true.
And if you force yourself to do that, and if you're unable to accomplish that unnatural feeling, you're going to keep talking yourself out of a profitable position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so put out your hand like this. Look at the tip of your finger. And just imagine when you get the email right now. Do you feel excited? Do you feel your finger twitch a little bit?
Yes.
Just feel the energy flowing through you? Take a deep breath in. Whenever you're ready. That feels good, right?
It does.
Yeah, let that energy flow. So feel that energy just flows on your shoulder and the center of your body. As you feel excited? More energy?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way you are supposed to feel. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
You happy with that?
Yes.
Alright, so you can relax.
Okay.
The next time when you get the email, allow this feeling to just flow through your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's natural that you are happy. It's like you're about to feel really happy. And then you stop yourself from feeling happy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is how it feels to be happy, you know? Just let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll find yourself thinking less. Because thinking is good, but the way you do it is kind of not productive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just going in a circle. And when you find yourself thinking too much, just go walk around the block. That way you've got a balance of your emotions and your behavior and your thinking, you know. And then you know what the right thing to do. I'm not going to tell you how to do your job. You know, if it is a right opportunity, go for it. You know, yeah. So we don't have a lot of time, so we can just do a very quick hypnosis session.
Okay.
We'll help you visualize the next time you get an email, and then visualize yourself going through the motion of replying and being successful.
Okay.
And then come back in a few weeks and tell us how you're doing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I want you to sit back, your feet flat on the floor. I want you to just focus all your attention on the spinning motion of this puppet watch. I want you to hold your hand, one of your hands, with your palm facing up, okay? I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. When I reach number 1, I would like you to close your eyes and let your mind drift. As soon as you close your eyes, I want you to imagine a calm, peaceful sensation just flows through your body. It is a feeling that flows on and on and on. And you can feel this vibration of energy just flows through your mind and body. When I reach the number 1, I would just like you to close your eyes and feel this energy just flows through your mind to your body and onto the fingertips. 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to just allow this energy to flow from the tip of your fingers. That's right. All the way down your arms onto your shoulder. And I want you to just slowly relax your arms right now. And just kind of push down on my arm, just as very lightly. That's right. And as you feel this energy flows through your mind and body, just let your arm relax. Let go of all the tension and just let it lay on top of my hand right there. As you feel your arms relaxing more and more, you find your body being loose, limp, and relaxed. That's right. And just focus on your breathing. Focus on your heartbeat. Focus on this emotional energy flowing through from the top of your head down to your arms and toes and fingers. That's right. Just relax. Let go. And sleep. That's right. Now, I know in the past there could have been things that were bothering you. And in the past you may have used certain kind of mindsets to overcome these obstacles. You may be aware of them right now or unconsciously aware. It's okay. I want you to just take this moment right now and let go of all this emotional baggage. As you do, you feel lighter, lighter, and lighter. Feel your nose getting lighter, feel your eyebrows getting lighter. Feel your center of your body getting lighter. It is as if you have just shed a good 20-30 pounds of emotional weight. Just let it all drift into the atmosphere. And I want you to focus on the new you right now. The new you who have a lot of focus, concentration, and you are in full control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior. Next time you see an opportunity, you find yourself feeling confident, your nerves will be strong, your mind will be focused, and you won't think too much. You will just go right ahead and do what you have to do for your career. And then as you do, you'll find yourself feeling more confident, being able to help yourself and the other people around you. And as you do, you find this artistic energy, this emotional energy, this new you flowing through you on and on and on. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 10. When you reach number 10, I want you to come back to this room. And as soon as you open your eyes, you will be this new you who is fresh, have full control of your emotions, full control of thoughts, and become the best model that you always aspire to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Take a deep breath in. Whenever you're ready. 10. Thank you so much for coming. This is Hypnotist Exposition. Join us next week, CCTV, Channel 9. Cambridge.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. Thanks for coming.